And hello, 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 hello. Oh my goodness, my inner Leotine prize. Good evening, all. What's going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. How are you? What's happening? What's on your minds? It's Friday evening. I want to give a shout out because although we're after 12 o'clock, honey, until the sun comes up, I'm going to say hey because one of my divas, honey, y'all know she's my big little sister, honey, Miss Stephanie Mills, turned 62 on March 22nd. So I am just ecstatic for her. Y'all know I'm still in my birthday season. For those of you who didn't know, because this is what I haven't done a live in a minute. So for those of you who did not know, honey, my birthday is March 4th, and I am in my birthday season. So, hello to all of you. Hello, hello, hello. Come on up in here. I'm going to say hi to everybody individually soon. Just come on up in here. I'm seeing hey, 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 Big D, hey, darling, hello, darlings. I'm seeing all of that, but I'm going to acknowledge y'all in a few minutes, okay? So just stick with me because I'm going to try to be quick. Y'all know this is another installment of the Donut Factory Commentaries and Chronicles, right? So what does that mean? That means, number one, I'm at the Donut Factory. So y'all gonna hear strange sounds. Y'all gonna hear me having to go over here and talk on the radio, and et cetera, because I am at work. However, um, we're gonna make some things happen, and right here and right now, okay? So for those of you who are just coming in, if you're new to me, it's gonna be wonderful. What you need, baby?
Number 7.
Number. All right. So someone said happy belated. No, it's not belated, honey. It's still going on. The birthday is still going on. My birthday season is February 28th until April 2nd. That's right. So I am still in season. Okay. And so with that being said, you know, we have up until April 2nd, honey. So those of you who still want to send gifts and things of that nature, you can. And all of that, okay? I'll put my Cash App and stuff. You know what? Let me do all that now while I'm talking. Okay, y'all can go to my website. The website is simply www.dishingtea.com.
How do you work?
Huh?
How do you work?
No, Harold is here. Harry here. Yeah. So, if you want to send gifts or whatever, that's cute too. Honey, my Cash App is, I'm going to put that down here too. Big Meech 7109, honey. I got an oh 08. Wait a minute, that ain't wrong. You're gonna send it to somebody else. That ain't right. Okay. That's my Cash App name. So be that as it may, okay? Thank you. Hey, cuz, I got my cuz up in here, Miss Ebony. Ebony Adams. Okay, we just lost an uncle, so y'all keep my family up in prayer. Although we have a large family on our father's side, we're cousins on our father's side, but all of us, yeah, okay, it's one of those kind of things, child, to where most of us don't know each other and carrying on, and you know, our parents got away from the do-I-ditties of all of that, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, I'll get into that in a minute. Right now, what I want to come to you with is y'all see the name of this title. I titled this thing, honey. Y'all know what? I am so sick of people. And the reason why I'm sick of people is because I'm sick and tired of bullshit, honey. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. Now, I'm going to say some things that you may have a strong opinion about, okay? And that's good because I want you to get activated with me, okay? I want you to be in dialogue with me, okay? This is not to change your opinion, hopefully. If I can, then that means that there's something there that possibly you didn't consider, didn't think about, or whatever, and that there was cute. Okay? But if you're going to be rigid with your opinion, I want you to at least be open to see all sides of the story. Okay? You don't have to agree. Just make sure that you're open-minded enough to see this. Um, y'all know I have this love-hate relationship now with Academy Award winner um, Monique and her goddamn husband Sidney. Okay, and I say it like that respectfully, although that's a little oxymoronic. I say it like that because I am really sick and tired of their bullshit right now. Okay, now for those of you who are Team Monique, I want y'all to hear me very clearly. Okay, I am sick and tired of her bullshit because now it is as if everything she is doing is to try to call folks out. I don't know if y'all have paid attention to the last installment of Monique and Sidney, but they were talking about white supremacy, okay? And they said that this conversation came about based on something that Oprah said, right? Now, why am I pissed off about this and why do I want to bring this up? It's because they have a tendency to sit up and take shit so far out of context to where it is ridiculous. It is kind of like how the church does now that we are supposedly under grace because Jesus has walked and died and rose and carried on. When they talk about the Old Testament, they talk about the Old Testament as if it is still the law of the land. And they take a lot of shit out of context. They take and okay, it has that same kind of fervor and that same kind of rhetoric. And so this last installment that they did, I just happened to come across it. They talking about white supremacy, and it was based on something that Oprah said. And then they said that where Oprah said in an interview with Barbara Walters that at one point in time she wanted to be white. Now, for those of you who feel as though Oprah, don't cater to blacks and this, that, and the other, for those of you who feel as though she's not doing enough for blacks, for those of you who feel as though she is, whitewashed, she is she's a coon, she ain't nothing but the white man's this, that, and the other, to have something like that said, oh, she said that, well, no wonder, it makes sense, oh my God, well, shit, if she feels that way, she shouldn't turn her head. Bullshit. Okay? Bullshit, and I'm going to call you out on it. And the reason why I call you out on it is because, number one, let's look at the time frame that she's talking about. Okay? She says she thought that way when she was a child. A young child from the 50s and 60s who was in the South, where it seemed like all of the light-skinned blacks and white people had all of the privileges. All of this, all of that, and it seemed like it, okay? But here's something that pisses me off about this whole thing. Monique and Sidney went to a fucking interview that Oprah did. This is the very first interview that Barbara Walters did with Oprah back in 1988. Hello? 1988. Now, they went to that fucking interview and they quoting her, but they do like pastors and everybody else does when they're trying to prove a fucking point. They only quoted the part where she said, yes, I wanted to be white. I thought about being white. Okay, I wish that I was white, however she quoted it. Okay? They didn't say the rest that came after it. Okay? They just ran with that particular point. And what pisses me off with this is the fact that at this particular point, they keep tying this into all this bullshit to see what stuff like that. They wanted her to work for free. And so they keep going back to this whole Tyler Perry, all that bullshit, with Precious and her working for free. And that she's difficult and this, that, and the other. And see what is happening now, and y'all heard me say this on a couple other videos, that we are no longer in the fight for equality. We are now in the fight for retribution because she wants them to come public and say in public what they've been saying to her in private. Okay? Y'all saw the Steve Harvey thing. It's horrible. I keep getting flushed out. Y'all saw the Steve Harvey interview, and she told Steve, y'all say this to me in private, but you won't say it publicly. And so for her, she wants to be exonerated of these false charges, or what appear to be false, that she's difficult to work with, and et cetera, et cetera. That I can understand. I got all that, because if y'all willing to say it to me privately, hell, it's y'all actions that y'all did publicly that folks are saying this, and this. Say it publicly so the folks can understand. I'm with her all the way on that. But as I keep saying, right fight, wrong fucking tactics. Bitch, y'all sitting up here doing shit that makes no fucking sense. Now, let me play this interview. Okay, hold on. Hey.
906.
Okay, they back. They done ordered another one? All right.
No, they.
Oh, you didn't bring the pot. Okay, hold on.
Me, somebody else.
Yeah, the other guy. Yeah.
And,
All right. Hold on. Let me get him on the phone. We got a food delivery. Oh, mercy. Hopefully they answer the phone. They didn't answer the phone the last time. Again. Hand me the telephone number. Yeah. Let me read it.
862.
There we go. I don't know why folks come to a hotel and then don't want to answer the damn phone.
Alright, bud. I'll see you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. All right, good night. Let me see it again.
There's no answer, man. Leave the Pepsi and leave. 5 different base.
Go ahead.
1027, walk down 19 to 2. 5 breakfast menus collected, starting with 1508, 1400, 916, 624, and 318.
That's the copy. Why is this number not going through? It's not ringing. Oh, excuse me. Hi, this is Hotel Security. We're trying to get you on the phone. You guys had a soda? Yeah, the pizza that we're sending your soda back up from the pizza place. All right? Thanks. About time. Yeah, hello. I'm back, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm at the donut factory. However, I'm going to play for you uh, the interview, and I want y'all to tell me, okay, what's going on, okay? Now, as we do all this, let's do it, okay? Oh, hey, I got a bunch of y'all up in here, okay? DeMarco, Boo, Sweetie, we need to talk. You got the number. Call me. I need you to come on the show. Um, y'all pay attention to this, okay? Now, listen to this. Come on. All right, I'm going to pause it right there. Okay? I'm going to pause it there. The reason I'm going to pause it there is because, good night, baby. That's the part of the interview that everybody's been talking about. That's the only part that they've been saying. That's the only part that folks been reading. Oh my God, she said she wanted to be white. Oh my God, well that makes sense. That's how come she always for the white folks. That's how come her show was always her show has been whitewashed anyway. She always. That's the only part of the story that they played. Okay, that everybody talking about. Now Monique and Sidney done tied this all into having that kind of mentality is about, you know, the white supremacist mentality. That's a slave mentality. That there is how you've been able to take your power and you've been able to utilize this, and because you grew to be who you are, you know, it has it has changed you and it has warped you and this, that, and the other, and I'm going to cry bullshit all day. Reason why I cry bullshit all day, because this here makes no fucking sense. Okay? Now I just noticed I had my damn headphones in all the time. Have y'all been able to hear me? Did y'all hear the interview? Did y'all hear it? Because if not, I'll replay it. Oh, dumbass. Anyway, they have been only playing that portion of this interview. Okay? You're welcome. So, having gone through all that, they have been raking her over the coals, and they have been trying to compare her to this whole idea of what white supremacy is supposed to mean and how she's in collusion and blah, blah, blah. Then at the same time of saying all this old shit, okay, they sit up here and say, oh, well, we're not trying to throw her under the bus. We're just trying to point this out. Bitch, just the fuck you are. That's what the fuck you doing. You throwing her under the bus because you're trying to make a goddamn point. Now, if we're going to be honest, since y'all keep talking about y'all want to talk in honesty, let's be honest, okay? That interview had nothing to do or how they said they're connecting the dots between white supremacy and Oprah saying, oh, when I was a little girl, at one point I thought I was white, or I wanted to be white. That has nothing to do with nothing. Because, see, this is the part that they did not play. Or they don't talk about. Okay? Let me play the rest of it.
And not because night I saw Diana Ross and the Supremes on the Ed Sullivan Show. I thought, I want to be like that. And so, you know, I look back at my life and I think, when you ask me about how did I get to be here, there's so many little pieces to the process that has helped me to be who I am. It's something as small as seeing Diana Ross and the Supremes. I remember the night I was 10 years old and Sidney Poitier received the Academy Award for Lilies of the Field, and I thought to myself, I'm going to be there. And it's the first time, you know, it makes me want to cry because it's the first time I thought I can do that. And so, the night I was at the Academy Awards, I thought, I did this.
Why the tears now?
Well, because I think that it's the first time I've really thought about all the things that I really wanted. I have them. And,
Tell me what they were.
I wanted to be somebody.
Okay. Now, y'all want to see it's a 23-minute interview. It's up on YouTube. Just type in Oprah Winfrey interviewed by Barbara Walters. And this is from 1988. Now, like I say, did y'all catch that? Did you catch that part where she said, honey, okay, yeah. Okay, at one point when I was a little girl, I thought I wanted to be white because they, you know, at that particular time, you know, it wasn't about the color, because white folks would get this and they were treated better. They were handed this and this, that, and the other. And so at that particular time, because of the times that we were in the South and carrying on, there was a lot of people who may have thought that, who may have wished that at one point. But, you know, A lot of folks probably won't admit to that and say it out loud. But Monique is sitting there on this damn thing of, well, I can never be something that I'm not. You know, I never wanted to give up on myself. That's giving up on me. And okay, we get all that, boo. We got all that. We got all of that. But for those who's sitting up here who have no idea what it is to have been, to want to put an end to the pain, to want to put an end to the ridicule and the scorn, okay, to want to have it easier in life, to say, oh my God. Now, there was a few folks that called in who were gay, and they were saying, you know, well, I know for my life and carrying on, I know I used to wish that I was straight because it would make life so much easier and this, that, and the other. And then they were saying, but I never thought about, oh, I wanted to be white or I wanted to do this, you know, because then I wouldn't be who I am. And see, this is where I'm going to cry bullshit. Now, y'all may hate me for this, and black folks, y'all always get into this thing to where you can't compare being gay to being black because I can't change my skin color, but you can change that gay shit if you want to. Bullshit again. See, here's the whole thing. Anytime, anything that you do or anything that you want or anything that you achieve or would like to achieve, and the thought process is I have to be something other than myself to get it, that means that you have thought about that particular process, what that process is. For those who are dark-skinned who want to be light-skinned, for those who are black who thought about being white, for those who are gay who thought about being straight, for those who are women who thought about being men, for those who are tall or short who wanted to be tall, what would life be like in those shoes? Because it seemed like you have it so much easier. I would have an easier time in my world. There would be the poor who want to be rich. If you thought like that, at one point in time or another, that's the same fucking process. The semantics are different based upon what it is that you're in contempt with. Or you see what I'm saying? So see, what we have here, number one, folks lying from the fucking jump. Okay? And then, this is the part that gets me when it comes to Oprah. Everybody want to throw her under the motherfucking bus. Now, how you feel about her personally, that's your own motherfucking business. Whether you like her or not, fine. I'm not here to debate all that. Okay? But here's what I am going to debate. Why is it that every time someone of color, black folks in particular, when they get into a tax bracket that says that they have money, they have power, they have this, they have that, why is it that we want to sit up here and be the same people who get mad at how they spend their motherfucking money because they don't spend it the way we feel they should fucking spend it? Or she knows she could have did this, or she ain't down for the blacks. What the fuck you mean? She done put so many motherfucking black boys through Morehouse College. Did y'all see the 25th anniversary show when she was ending and all those black boys, black young men, come up because they benefited from her putting them through school? 425 black men alone. That was just one school. We ain't talking about all the stuff that she's done for other people. Y'all don't appreciate the fact that she went over to Africa and started a school for young black girls. Everybody want to sit down here, and because her black ain't looking like it's coming from the motherfucking hood, everybody want to sit down here and say what the fuck she's supposed to be doing with her goddamn money. Why is that? Why is it that folks want to sit down here and get upset because of how folks who got their money, you matter how they spend it? Because they ain't doing what you think they should do to help poor folk out. And do you really want help, or do you want a motherfucking handout? Huh? Is that, let's talk for real. Okay? Because oftentimes, you know, everybody got a hold of Oprah because she was giving out the shit on the show. Oh, I got to get the ticket because I wanted to get the free shit. Oprah's favorite things. And she done, it's so much of a phenomenon now to where everybody now got a favorite thing. So everybody want to give something away to the audience, okay? And this, that, and the other. Ellen, now that she's the longest running talk show that's on now, Now, she modeled herself after Oprah and everything. Rosie O'Donnell modeled herself after Oprah. Oprah had the TV show. Rosie got the TV show. Oprah had the magazine. Rosie had the magazine. So what is it? Now, if y'all mad because white folks are emulating her, where the black folks are emulating her? Since y'all say it's supposed to be this cyclical thing, where is all of that? You see what I'm saying? Why are we upset at how rich folks spend their motherfucking money? Y'all threw Steve Harvey under the goddamn bus. Now he's a goddamn coon. Okay? Oh, he's sitting up there. He done let the white folks do this, that. Because he went to go have a sit-down conversation with a man that y'all don't like. Somebody got to talk to the motherfucker, even if it meant nothing. If it got nowhere, you can't do nothing without, hold on. Go ahead.
1027, back of house patrol, calls 10-4.
Copy that. Okay. So why is it that we are there? Let me take a break. Because see, I done got a little fired up because see, shit like that pisses me off. Now, everybody got their own little whatnots about Oprah, and they mad at her for this and mad at her for that or whatever and carrying on. I didn't particularly care for this fucking interview, so that was the one time that I can without publicly going on the record, say that, okay, I disagreed with this. Okay. Because I felt that the approach that she took did not do well. I don't think she carried out her intended message. I think what it did was it implicated Michael, and that she went on to believe them that Michael did in this and another. In fact, the language was used to put this in present tense or whatever, to say that Michael did it. Okay, for those of you who believe it or not, that's fine. All of that is debatable, but I disagree with it because instead of making it an even-sided thing to where we're looking at this to examine the behaviors of what sexual abuse is or whatever. She had the audience who were all sexual abuse survivors and their support system. So no, it was all one-sided. You know what I'm saying? So it did not give the merit that I felt that interview should have done. I did not watch the documentary because I didn't want to watch it. Because from what I'm understanding, this documentary is only about those two boys. Fuck y'all. Because see, y'all want to sit down here, Michael been dead for 10 damn years, and y'all want to wait now to want to sit there and talk about, oh, he did this and he did that. Fuck y'all. No, I ain't going for it because y'all cannot extort the estate anymore. Okay, y'all can't get no coin anymore from the fucking estate. They said, fuck y'all. Okay, so now, how do you do it? You sit down here, you line up with other sexual abuse survivors and carrying on. You say your thing. We're going to learn how to believe the abuser and carrying on. We don't want to villainize and carrying on. And that's fine. So now, you have just sent... you have just set up to where if you go on book tours, if you write a book, sell a book, if you go to speaking engagements, you can get your coin. Okay? So you can make money. You become relevant again. Okay? So that's what we're up against. Okay? And I disagree with all that bullshit totally. I disagree with it totally because I think all of this, and even the director didn't even want to talk to any of the Michael Jackson family because he said, this ain't about the Jacksons, this is about sexual abuse. Bitch, you talking about a perpetrator. So we have to talk about their family. Motherfucker, that's dumb as shit. You just didn't want to have an opposing viewpoint. Okay, and if he had just said that would have been cute. Okay, this was about them. I didn't want to sit up. I just wanted to make this about them. Had he been honest about that would have been TT. Okay, but no, he wasn't. All this old bullshit. Now, so I disagree with her there. So for those of you who have whatever y'all have with Oprah, okay, right? The power to the people, children feel as though she ain't doing enough for black folks and she's a sellout. What makes a person a sellout? Please tell me. Please. I want to hear this from all of y'all. What makes a person a sellout? Is it because they're not doing with their money what you feel they should do? We don't know what this woman does privately with her coin. We don't know that. Anybody who got coin, we don't know what the fuck they do with their money privately because everything is not reported. Everything is not on TMZ. The sports stars, okay, we know about their coin. Why? Because they signed these damn contracts, and because of the public records law or whatever, that shit becomes public knowledge. Oh, they done got 2.5 million. They done got 55 million. Oh, he done signed his contract for 150 million. So then you set up for leeches and fuckers to come out to prey upon them. Oh, they got it. They can handle it. All I need is 25,000. You got millions. You can handle that. So if everybody sat up there and thought about that, oh, I just need 500 here. Oh, I just need a couple thousand here. I just need a couple thousand. Now, how about that? You got 15 million folk needing a couple thousand. Do the math. Okay, now you're going up into my coin and then mad because I don't want to just give it away like that. I earned it. Whatever it was I did, whether you believe I earned it or not, it's mine. I did the work to get it. So I'm just supposed to give it to you because you say give it to you? And don't get me started on the church. Oh, you didn't pay your 10% in your tithes. Fuck you. So that your church can sit up there and say, oh, these bitches and oh, the building was bought by, you know, or we have so-and-so who is a member of a... See, all that becomes braggadocious shit. That doesn't do anything. See, you didn't say that the children came up in there and bought the food that went in the food pantry so you could have a feeding program. You didn't talk about that. See, you talking about, oh, we got a new building and we done did the floors and... No. Okay. So, let me go say hi to everybody. I told you I was going to say hello. Let me go up in here and get everybody who's watching. Ebony, that's my cousin. Hello there, cuz. How you doing? Monty's up in here. Peter's up in here. Cuz, you say, what, dying to meet you, fam? Yeah, we got to get reacquainted, baby. Because we haven't seen each other since we were kids. I don't remember you because you were still a baby. You were in the arms, baby, last time I saw you. Hubert is up here. Hello, Hubert. How are you? Karen say happy belated birthday. No, it's still going on, baby. It is still going on. Adonis is here. Okay, that's why I multitask. Yes, I have to, baby. This is why I'm at the donut factory. Okay. Happy birthday, Love Muffin. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Otis Mac. Hey, Otis, what's up, baby? How are you, diva? That's Chicago's heavy diva. Okay? Ha, I love her. Kareem is here. Torian. Hey, you gonna be at BBP this year, baby? Arthur's up in here. Brian is here. Okay. GT is here. Ebony, you say what? But we are connected. We are the love they couldn't express. Ha. Okay, that's hot. Keith is up in there. Hey, baby, I thought you were coming up here. Mm-hmm. Ebony says she completely agrees. Dr. Joey Jackson is here. Hey, baby. Ebony, they are fighting a selfish fight. Exactly. I totally agree. Antoine is up in here. Hey, I'll see you at BBP, baby. B. Jamal is here. Anthony is here. Joanna is here. Kyrie. Hey, Kyrie. I've been texting you. Raymond is here. Hey, what's going on, baby? I'm finna go change your name up, child. I always do it every time I see you. Zamariana, that's it. Is here. Thank you. Happy belated. It's still going. The birthday season lasts from February 28th until April 2nd. That's right. Yes, indeed. Okay. Okay, emotionally cheating, exactly. DeMarco is watching. Hey, baby, I need you to call me. Lorenzo is watching. Lies, says Ebony. Complete lies, baby. Antonio is here. Edna is here. Kiera, that's my son. Hey, baby. David is up in here. It's hard. It was hard to hear. Okay, just because I had I had my headphones set and I didn't realize I did. Lorenzo, good morning. Hey, Key. Diamante is up in here. Hello. Hello there, darling. Tony is watching. Brian is watching. Hey, work is okay, honey. It's paying the bills, child. Diamante, what's the tea, honey? You caught it by now, I'm sure. Okay, Kiera said, yep, that's you. Randall is here. Terrell is here. Calvin. Hello, sir. How are you? Paul is here. Hey, your mom. This is my other cousin. Being stuck in a creative mind, you revert back to the beginning, showcasing emotional connection to where she really wants It's fame. When you talking about Monique in that regard, Yamar, Mitchell is watching, Tommy is watching. Ebony, you say, okay, but my complexion is an immediate visual stimuli. Sexual preference is not. Okay, here we go. Now, okay, I get that, baby. And that there cannot be disputed, okay? But once again, when it comes down to perception, because those who are light skinned and passing for white, it is perceived that they are white. Okay, until it is found out that they are not, then they're treated hatefully. So as far as sexual preference and sexual orientation is concerned, it's not about whether I could turn it on or off. It's all about perception, because there's a number of children who are not gay, who just happen to be, there's a number of men who are just very effeminate, very soft or meek, as they call it in the church, who, are perceived to be one thing and they are not. Okay, for the straight acting, straight appearing, yet openly gay man that most of y'all say y'all don't want to be bothered with, they're the ones, honey, they walk through life and carrying on, passing like a light-skinned black person that are passing for white, passes that don't nothing get said. And then when it is discovered that they are, then it becomes a whole big thing. So, yes, skin tone and skin color and stuff is an immediate stimulus, okay? We're not disputing that. That there is not to be disputed. But for everybody who sit down and say, oh, we cannot compare, that's a lie. We have to compare it. It may not have the same nuances that skin color has, because in most cases it's not immediate. It only becomes immediate for those who are transgender and their feminization is not, 100, because, a lot of folks can, oh, that's a man, and this, that, and want to embarrass them. Or for those who are flaming queens, okay, you can point out, hold on. Go ahead.
1027, Mezzanine, Livingston, Buffalo Body, all 10-4.
Copy. So we can sit down there, and because you can point out and say, oh, that's gay. See, that's where a lot of the bashing and the hate crimes and stuff come in, because folks they want to detest that. And speaking of that, I got to get on Judge Joe Brown. I'm going, yes. Because see, that motherfucker just made me mad too. Let's say, you know what, people, these fucking people get on my nerves. So, yes. So the argument, I wish we would get away from that argument, because it's not one or the other, or one suffers more because of the other, because suffering is suffering. Okay? Suffering is suffering. Oppression is oppression. Okay? Now, we got to stop trying to justify so we can sit down there and think of who could have the, oh, woe is me story, or who could sit down there and have the red violins playing, so they could pull heartstrings. Okay? Lee Cooper is up in here. How did you watch it? Oh, you came in. Theo is up in here. Lorenzo say, preach. Daddy Kellis is up in here. Michelle, hey, Meech. Hey, baby. How you doing? Okay. You'll catch up in a minute. You say, what happened? I just came in. You gonna catch it. Paris is up in here. Herman is here. Delano is here. Carl is here. Hey, baby. Terrell says, get off your ass and make a way for yourselves. Blacks ain't doing shit but dragging each other down. The white folks own it all. Okay, my employees that drive my rigs are white, and I have no problem with them. The black driver had my truck in the hood at the corner store and going by relatives' houses. Okay, gonna do everything else but what the fuck he's supposed to be doing, okay? Jermaine is up in here. Tracy's up in here. Hey, baby, what's going on? Gonzley is here. Daddy Kellis, you say sellout is a person who abuses your own race and don't mind using them as an example to get personal gain. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I agree with that. Now, let me sit with that before I do anything. Ellen is up in here. Okay. How'd you say, well, Oprah, in my opinion, would frivolously throw blacks under the bus when blacks weren't even her target audience. For example, Hold on, we got to see more, and I'm trying to get to the see more shit. Oh, damn it, come on. Okay, hold on, because you had for example, when she had the Rodney King riot show and had blacks fussing over slavery, the Asians looking cool, and whites trying to moral check blacks for stuff they were stealing themselves. Not once on that show, Oprah had not allowed blacks to air mistreatment they received from the bigotry of the newly hired Georgia cops or the Asian lady who murdered the young black over orange juice. Oprah just can't be trusted. And I'm sorry that you feel that way. Because, see, here's the thing. Everybody else in that audience, see, here's where it is. Now, if you're going to throw stones there, remember, they got to ricochet back, because what about the fuckers that was there? Everybody that was in that audience got enough mouth to sit down there and say, hey, what about this and what about that? Didn't nobody else call it out either. So why does she have to be the only one to take that onus? Huh? See, and that's what I have a problem with. See, it's one thing. Now, if you're going to say, because she has the platform and we wish that her platform was this, that, and the other, that's a whole separate argument, and I'll be right there with you. Okay? But what the argument seems to be is that we putting all of the onus on her. Well, how come she didn't? How come she did? Well, why in the fuck you didn't? Everybody sit up here and know the same thing. Now, to your credit, now let's go here. After the backlash, I haven't heard a lot of, the backlash that Oprah got from all of that, in fact, it wasn't even about the Rodney King stuff. The backlash she got was when she came down to Forsyth County here in Georgia and had all those white folks there, and they were sitting there trying to tell the difference between what a nigga and a white and a black person is. And she got backlash from that because they said, well, she didn't have no black folks up there to represent it, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bitch, she knew she didn't want to have no damn Geraldo Rivera ever up in there fighting and carrying on the fucking show. And one of the things that I think that she does beautifully, but I think it gets misinterpreted. I will say that. I believe it gets misinterpreted. Is that those who are sitting up there wanting to have the exposure, she give it to you. Let the folks sit down there and hear you for who you are. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I don't want to sit down here and make this into something. I want them to see you for who you say you are. That way, folks can understand exactly what this is. Now, I think she does that very well. Most of the time, though, I think it gets misinterpreted or it is perceived to be off balance because folks believe she don't have the corresponding separate. If you're gonna have the white supremacists here or the Ku Klux Klan here, now how come you didn't have the corresponding show with the NAACP and the black nationalists and carrying on to offset that? Or how come you couldn't have Farrakhan on, you know, the children? How come you didn't have a balance to kind of, and I get that. I get that. And if that's the argument, then okay, that's something I would have to ask her because I'm working on getting her on the radio. So God help me, I've got to interview this woman. So if that's the argument, that there is that. But yeah, I'm gonna stand by that, okay? Brian is up in here watching. Hey. Paris just came in, he says, okay. Paris, what you said, the black driver had family errands to run. Don't be mad at him. You stupid. Joe Robinson is watching. Tommy, you say, what is acting straight? What is acting gay? I am a masculine bottom. I am not acting straight. I just never felt femme, even as a bottom. Very interesting. Now, see, okay, here we go. Again, see, all of these particular categories and stuff, it all boils down to perception. It boils down to cultural acceptance of what masculinity is and what femininity is and carrying on. It all boils down to what society as a whole and in general, what the majority of the folks deem to be acceptable. Okay, and deemed to be supposedly the right way to do stuff or deemed to be normal. Okay, now what is so funny is that we have let this thing called society sit down here and dictate something that society doesn't even hold itself up to. Because everything about what is supposed to be normal, those who made up the word normal are just as spastic as the definition is. Because nobody sits down there and can exactly have, no one can have exact interpretation of what the definition is. It is one of those to dream the impossible dream. That is an unreachable dream. Because we are too vast of a people. It's too many of us. Nobody thinks identically the same. Okay, nobody does. So for that, what may be normal to me is not necessarily normal for you. What works in my house ain't gonna work in yours. Okay, I'm allergic to shellfish, but you could probably fuck some shrimp up. So already, okay, it doesn't work. Okay, that's not how this works. I love that commercial. Okay. Chanel, hello, hi. You said I'm new here. Well, hello, welcome, darling. Thank you for coming in. Okay. How'd you say what? On the Forsyth Show, Oprah tricked blacks into thinking they need to save Forsyth from racism, and blacks foolishly bought into Forsyth and saved their dying economy. No, Oprah didn't fool black folks into that. Again, don't put that on her. Black folks went down there doing what black folks always do. You done found some place where they say they don't want to be bothered with your ass, and you went down there trying to prove a point and say, I could be anywhere I want to be. This is a free country. We done I'm marched with King and this and another. And they went down there to say, you can't tell me I can't live here. And that's what it was. And when you put your money up in there, yeah, you say they damn economy, but you went down there to prove a fucking point. Don't put that on her like that. She can't take the whole thing. You're not going to put all that on her. Not all of it. If you're going to sit down there and say the show, because she did that show, okay, I'll give you that. But you can't put all that on her. Because she didn't tell them folks to get up there and move down there. They decided. Okay? Tracy, you say what? It's the societal labels that causes problems. Allow people to just be. Tommy, you say, I'm never down low. Here's the thing, Tommy. For those who are, because now the down low has its own mission. The down low has its own culture now. Okay? Again, like I said earlier, for those of us who are LGBT, society won't accept the masculine, straight acting, straight appearing, yet openly gay man. Because that's something they cannot fathom. They don't want to see the idea that a man who is quote unquote a real man, and I can't stand that damn definition or that shit. Okay, I can't stand that phrase. But for a man to be comfortable with who he is, to do all the quote-unquote masculine things that a man is supposed to do, and yet your love interest or your bed partner is another man who is just as masculine and not feminine, the world don't want to accept that because we are so busy into the masculine, feminine role play to where there has to be somebody who has to be subservient, who has to be whatever. So because of that, we have allowed these definitions to define us, and we have allowed ourselves to have some kind of exact interpretation about it. I mean, hell, look at us within our community. Most of us can't stand the fact to see two queens together. If we see two femme queens and they call themselves in a relationship, baby, we swear up and down they dyking. Bitch, that ain't no damn man. You got a fucking woman on your arm. Where your man at, bitch? Now, we do that to one another. Okay? So imagine what the hell is. Okay, and so when we talk about the whole idea and the nuances of wanting to be different, going back, equating this back to what Oprah is saying, or what is said in 1988 about wanting to be white when she was a little girl, and she said that, it wasn't that I thought that white skin was better, it's just that they got treated a certain way. Okay, they got treated this. They got the better clothing. They got, nicer stuff. They had better homes. So it was more so about I wanted to be treated fairly or wanted to be treated different than somebody who was supposedly poor and ghetto and this, that, and the other. That had nothing to do with that. But y'all did not clock what she said. When I saw Diana Ross on TV on Ed Sullivan, I wanted to be just like her. because I'm proud of my blackness and carrying on. See, that's the part that they didn't say about that fucking interview. When she said, wait a minute, hold on. Can I do this? Yeah, I can. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to get, I'm doing the thing. Yeah. I got the police officer here who is texting, and I got to let her know we all good. Oh, not on. I mean, not in. I'm on the air. So, yeah. Okay. So, what we have, like I said earlier, anybody who feels that in order for me to achieve something, in order for me to get where I need to go, in order for me to matriculate. Damn. Go ahead. I'm on a roll.
1027, low level patrol. All is 10-4.
Copy. I got to start putting this stuff in the computer, y'all. Okay. Oh, okay. Anytime you have felt that you have to be something other than yourself to do it, then the process, that there is the process of you. I won't call you a sellout. I want to say that feeling of wanting to be different is already there. So anybody who says, oh, I have never thought this and never thought that, or if you don't equate that, oh, I've been gay all my life, I wanted to be straight because life would have been so much easier, I wouldn't have the ridicule. See, you could say that, but for those who sit up there and say, oh, I've never thought about being white, okay, you probably never have. But for those who thought about it, okay, and it was just a thought, okay, because they've seen times that y'all seen Imitation of Life, okay, you've seen that. And what was hurtful was the fact that she just destroyed her very existence. She wanted to give up her very existence because the reality of her at that time was not conducive to the life that she wanted. And there was nothing she could change about that. There was nothing she can do but lie and live life as a lie. And when you come out of that lie, when you step into your truth, see, this is where those of you who call us, who get on gay folks, tell us, oh, that's a choice. No, the choice comes when I decide to stand in my truth and stop lying about who I am. That's the choice. The choice is I have decided to stand in my truth, stop running from it, stop letting it be a weapon, stop letting it be this, that, and the other. That there is the choice. Okay? I don't have a choice of what I'm sexually attracted to or whatever. Just like straight folks. You didn't choose to be straight. You didn't choose that. Okay? You just know. God damn it. Copy. Now, he was just here at the goddamn window, child. He could have said that and kept on moving. Why he radio that? Oh, I just did that publicly. Okay, fuck it. I mean it. I just lost my thought. Let me go back here to the comments and things and see what's going on. Who done all came up in here? Let's see. Paul Mixon. Hey, hello there. Marcus is up here. Purnell. Hey, Purnell, you here? Tracy, you said exactly, Meets. They couldn't paint all gay men with a broad brush. Exactly. Barbara G is up in here. Hey, Tom, he done put this little icon up in here. That's cute. Leon done came up in here. Purnell, you say, yep, all right. Leon, you say, sounds like the queen is on her throne and was waving her scepter. I am, darling. I am. Okay. So now let's go here because see, I'm going to tie all this together, I think. And let me see, can I tie it together? I think I can. But, I want to get on Joe Brown just for half a second because I got to get this stuff in the computer. So let me get on this and then I got to get ready to go because I switch out at 3:00. So I got to get my part of the work done. I have been sickened and absolutely just at the highest highest levels of festivity that one can allow because of a few comments, okay? And I'm going back to Judge Joe Brown. I haven't commented on this. I was trying to do it, and I'm probably going to redo this later. Judge Joe Brown went and, okay. I'm sorry, Parnell just said he's in Miami for work, so that's cute. Work, baby. Judge Joe Brown was talking about Billy Porter and the tuxedo dress that he wore at the Oscars. Now, I'm not upset that he disagreed with it, okay, because he's a heteroattractional man. He is a masculine man who doesn't understand, gay culture, number one, or doesn't understand feminine men, and doesn't understand why is it that a man feels he should express himself in that way because he's a man, okay? I could get all that. In fact, I can handle that, okay? Because, number one, Your Honor, it ain't for you to get, okay? Because, used in a different time frame and et cetera, et cetera. But what I am going to take issue with is the fact that just because my definition of masculinity or someone else's definition of masculinity does not equal or match up to yours, does not give you free rein to call this black man a thing just because you disagree with the fact that he was wearing a tuxedo dress, okay, or a tuxedo evening gown. Now, I've gotten into a discussion on a couple of occasions about this because I had another friend of mine, my road dog actually, who said that he disagreed with it. He was like, well, how come he just couldn't sit down here? He just wore all that for attention. I said, duh, that's the Oscars. That's the red carpet. That is entertainment. The red carpet events are for what? Attention. That's what the folks do. That's what makes it grand. That's what makes it darling. That's what makes it foo-foo. That's what gives it all the glamour. That's what gives it all the bullshit. That's what it is. That's what it was for. So you have a black gay man, gay, openly gay, who has no problem letting you know that, who identifies himself in both the masculine self and the feminine, okay? He's very comfortable with who he is. He knows how to handle his business, and he knows how to get down when need to. And he knows how to sit down there and let you have it when have to, okay? And when it's time to roll up a couple of sleeves or whatever to take it to the streets, we know how to do that too. But this was the Oscars. It was a time to make a statement. It was time to do that. And he took a bold statement by wearing the tuxedo gown. Okay? It was daring. Nobody paid attention that he paid homage to another person. I think it was Hector Extravaganza. I think it was. From the House of Extravaganza. Hector is the founder of the House of Extravaganza out of New York. Okay, for those of you who are into the ball scene or whatever. And if you don't realize what houses are gay families. And I want you to understand something. Because also, I believe it was a ploy as well. Because if y'all watch the movie, not the movie, but the television show Pose. Pose is about the whole ball scene of New York City from back in the late 80s and early 90s. Okay? And it's about how gay people have come together and created this avenue for competition so that folks can, and at the time, it was all about being able to show the world, or at least show your contemporaries, if I had an opportunity to get into straight world and into straight culture, I can blend, I could do this, I could do that. Okay, it was all about, and the way how the ball scene goes is like the gay Oscars. It is the red carpet. It is being able to say, bitch, okay. It is all that. It is all of the superficialness of attention. Okay, to say that I belong, to say that I matter, to say that I've done something, I've accomplished something. I have legendary status, bitch, because I'm able to do X, Y, and Z. And even though it's for a moment, even though it's for the fantasy of it all, even though it may not mean nothing to anybody outside of its circle, what it does is that it builds confidence and it builds support and it builds a sense of family. Okay, it builds a work ethic, whether it's legal or not, but it builds a work ethic. Okay, and I took issue with the judge because all of his statements were very derogatory, and in his quest to fight for masculinity and to fight for men being men and all this old jazz that he says. Hold on, let me turn this light off. I don't want my battery to go dead. Okay, which didn't make a difference anyway. How about that? For all of this that he says that he stands for, I said to him in a Twitter, we went back and forth for a second in Twitter on another issue. Well, same issue, just a different catalyst that we were talking about. And I said, you being a judge and a lawyer, you plainly understand the use of words and how verbiage can dictate the outcome of a thought and how people perceive your argument. Because you say you're not anti-LGBT, but you are pro-masculinity and pro-preserving womanhood. But yet everything that comes out your mouth says that you have a disdainment with the LGBT community. Okay? And you on this track that there is this whole gay agenda, which I have to acquiesce to at times because, and I'm going to get on that in a minute, because our Caucasian counterparts, those are the ones who have political power. Those are the ones who are politically savvy. Those are the ones who have been the lobbyists and carrying on. It seems as though they're the ones who are the driving force. And just like I said about Monique trying to prove a damn point, and this, that, and the other with her mouth, the LGBT community, we started a lot of this shit because we're the ones who sit up there and get on folks because you said this and you said that, and nobody can have a fucking opinion anymore. Nobody can sit down here and absolutely say anything without folks getting upset and carrying on. This is not to say that we're going to tolerate hate speech or tolerate you just saying any other thing. What we are saying is you got the right to say what the fuck it is that you need to say, but do understand there's a consequence behind it. So if you come up with some fucked up shit, you might get knocked in the goddamn mouth. Okay, understand that. But at the same time, we can't be so sensitive to where nobody can have an opinion anymore. See, we've got to find that balance in that, and we got to learn what fight to fight. And with the judge, Your Honor, him taking on this stance, and I say this because how he felt about that dress, the ball gown or whatever, was one thing. But when you sat up there and took it upon yourself to demean this man by calling him a thing or whatever it is, and then got a whatever it is, fuck you. Fuck you, Your Honor. Fuck you. How dare you? How fucking dare you sit up here and tell this man what kind of man he's supposed to be because it does not agree with you? All you have to say was, I disagree with that. And you could have said, that's some fucked up shit and gone about your business like most folks do. I can't fuck with that. Got it. Okay? Got it. But now you want to take the liberties and you went on a public platform. It's up on YouTube, y'all. Go listen to the whole thing. Okay, it's up there. And I swear that just got up under my goddamn feelings so badly. Okay. And I just could not. I could not. Okay. And it's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And for that to come from a black man who is a judge, that means you have some kind of political power because you understand the law. So, honey, I'm not buying it, and I'm not having it. I'm not having it. So, Your Honor, fuck you. Okay? And that bullshit. Because you're wrong as two left shoes on the right foot. You are wrong for that. Yes, you are. And I don't care. You can say that's your opinion all you want to. You are wrong for calling him a thing or whatever it is, instead of addressing him as a man and saying that as a man, how come you got to sit down here in women's clothing? You could have took that option, which he did, but then he went further. You see what I'm saying? And let me not be so. Let me back up just a little bit. Because I don't want you to think that folks can't have, when we get in the heat of the moment and carrying on and, we end up saying some shit and, because I know I can and this, that, and the other. But when you sit back and think about it, because he kept going and kept going, I think that's maybe, I think it's 18 or, is it 18 minutes? Whatever it is. Because you said that more than once about him being a thing. In fact, that's the quote. This thing in a dress at the Oscars. Okay? That's the quote. I'm sorry, this stool is getting on my ass. Ooh. Wait a minute, I may have to go ahead on and stand on up, child. Ooh. But that there is absolutely ridiculous. It is okay, let me go back to the comments. Okay? Let me go back to the comments. Okay? Wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. Parnell, you said, I'm here in Miami for work. Hakeem came in Paris. You said, I'll be in Miami on Monday for business. Okay. Parnell says, say that. All right. Tommy, you say, well, no issue here in Galveston, Texas. MLK Jr. Award 2007. Village Gatekeeper Award 2012. Both for work with HIV and AIDS and substance abuse. Raised over $5,000 as executive producer of a play in 2008. Half from 5 churches. They all know I'm gay. I do understand my experience may be the exception. Exactly, darling. Because you have made a way to sit down there and you become accepted. Okay, because they have interaction with you. They understand who you are. And for whatever reasons, you don't make them uncomfortable. Okay. See, oftentimes women like to gravitate to queenly men or whatever because they feel comfortable, And my friend Haji I love how he says this. He says they make gay people their pets. We good as long as we sit up there kikiing and give you the tea and this, that, and the other and all that. We do your hair, we do your makeup, bitch. Bitch, you sickening. Bitch, you are fabulous. Fish. As long as we doing all that, we done became your clown, your court jester. Okay? Until we get a boyfriend or until we live our lives. See, if my boyfriend is cuter than yours, then bitch, you got a problem. Or if I get a boyfriend before you do. Or if I get a man that you feel ought not be gay because I was able to pull this and you couldn't. See, then it becomes a problem. Okay, so oftentimes the uncomfortability is just that. With straight men, now here's the dichotomy with straight men. Most of the time they feel as though they can't be around gay folks or whatever because of the whole, or you trying to hit on me and carrying on all that bullshit. And that ain't it. But see, what ends up happening is that you get mad because I don't. Or what's this? I ain't good enough. The first time that happened to me, I didn't know what the hell to do. Okay, good night, sweetie. I didn't know how the hell to take that shit. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? You're not gay. Why? What? So now we got to sit up here and deal with all of that. So the uncomfortability with men becomes them trying to sit down there and put themselves in check. Men are very sexual creatures anyway. So anytime that those pheromones are fighting, because sexual tension. Men, we know sexual energy. Because men, we are driven. Either we going to fight or we going to fuck anytime that damn energy gets there. When that energy is strong between two men and it's in the area, it's in the room, either you're going to fight or you're going to fuck. Which is why in sports they don't have you, they prefer you not have sex before the big game. It relaxes you too much. They need that energy up there. They need that fast or feast or whatever that is. That rigorous fight. They need that there. You hear that all the time. I have plenty of coaches say that. I don't want you. No, I need you on lockdown and blah 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 blah. Okay. So your experience is different. Parnell, you say exactly that's the point. Okay, for the carpet. Okay, Daryl is up in here. Parnell, you say make the best dress list. Have the press talking about you, talking about what you wore. Exactly. Okay. Paris, and he made it. It was homage to Hector Extravaganza. Okay, right. Okay, so I was right. Okay, good morning to you, Daryl. Thank you. Paris, you say, well, attention to get people to look at the show. Exactly. It's called show business. Hello. Paris said he was smart and daring. People are still talking about that dress. Exactly. Okay. Tommy, you said, I love pose, competition, but also the creators of families when kicked out by blood. When does it return? Exactly, darling. A lot of folks don't understand that. That's how the families and the houses have come to be because of folks being ostracized by their families. So they get out in the streets and things. And so then we end up having to create our own families. And so, you know, that's why when you got real good friends, see, friends, and I don't like to use that word frivolously, because friends become the family that you choose. Okay? That's why I don't use that word loosely. If you call me a friend, not an associate, not an acquaintance, okay, not a fuck buddy, okay, all the little, you know, no goody girlfriend, no. If I'm a friend, one of them Judies, honey, okay, then honey, yeah, then we have become family, okay. But like any other family, bitch, if you wrong me, see, I get to cut you the fuck out of me, and see, like regular family, because we're bonded by blood, bitch. I'm gonna end up seeing you at the family reunion or at the fucking funeral. But see, with other people, see, if I got to X you out, honey, it is a wrap. And it takes a long time for me to get to that point where I have to X out somebody out of my life because I have abandonment issues. So to X you out completely, bitch, you have done something really major. Okay? Walter, hey, Cat, what's up with you, baby? Good night, sweetheart. Paris, you replied saying they start shooting next month on April 14th. Okay, so we're getting ready for the new season of Pose. Okay, Tommy says, thank you, Paris. Hubert is back in here. Jack is up in here. Mike is up in here. Okay, Paris says, or we will fight then fuck. Because I had a few of those sessions where the straight guy hated me and we fought and had sex and a relationship later. How about that? Okay, because a lot of times, you know, they sit up there and they have their own, you know, they have their own issues to contend with, and they have to sit down there and process all that. What does that mean? And they have to come into their own truth about it. Okay. Roderick, hey, hello, sir. How are you, darling? Jackson is up in here. Will says, hey. All right. So that there is that, babies. That's what's going on in the world right now. I'm just hot about it. And I would have played that clip, but I don't have time to load it up or whatever. But there is that. I said the name of the show, honey. You know what? I'm so sick of people. And people. We have all got to learn how to utilize our freedom of speech in a way that is going to be both constructive and conducive to living and life itself. Because my brand of living should not interrupt your way of living. Okay? I may call it God, but just because I say it's God and what you say is God don't look alike does not mean it's not God. You see what I'm saying? We have totally different experiences for our reasons. We are completely individual. We're not the same people. We're going to do things differently. I eat peanut butter out of a jar. You may have allergies to peanuts and can't eat it at all. Okay, what is this? We have to allow for the differences to be our strengths. But we have allowed the differences to separate us so badly to where now a lot of wars are carrying on. Hell, what do you think religious wars are about? Because of how folks want to tell you how to serve God. Oh, you wrong, you wrong. How in the fuck worshiping God is wrong when nobody's seen him or her? How is it wrong? Because I believe differently from you. All these religious wars are going on. And yet in the same name of religion, you got the Catholic Church sitting up there fucking the kids. Okay, you got the Baptist church to sit up there and fucking all the girls in the damn thing. Then they fathered all the damn children. Okay, the children's choir, honey, half of them the pastor's kids. And not from his wife. See, so we have a whole bunch. We as people have to understand how to utilize our power correctly. Okay? Wait a minute, I saw Seymour. Let me go here. Tommy says, women are told not to wear pants. Cultural at that time. Kilts in Scotland for men. Cultural to wear skirts. I'm not acting straight to make them comfortable. Dishonest self-misrepresentation. That is just me. Never considered that as defective by product. Greasing the end of my products of my projects. Well. Yes, darling, we are told that, and just as you said, women were told not to wear pants. As a matter of fact, that's where the saying comes from. Who wear the pants? Because women they're not supposed to wear pants. They're supposed to be in dresses and skirts and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. That's dumb. That is dumb. Okay, and because of societal norms, we have allowed this to take us into areas that really don't exist, but we made it up, and we're living in fantasy. See, Mr. Rourke, honey, is where the TV show went off back in the late 70s, early 80s, honey. But Fantasy Island, honey, is real as shit in a lot of people's minds. For those of y'all who play Dungeons and Dragons and carrying on, and you done got all fucked up in the head because you done thought reality, you done borderline and think that a lot of that shit is reality, and you in an alternate state. We got to pull it together. We really got to do better with our power, with our mouths. We have to do better with how it is that we treat one another. And we go back to treat one another as you will have them, or do unto others as you will have them do unto you. But I'm going to do one better. Do unto one another as you will do unto yourself. Oh, wait a minute. Did I say that wrong? No, I said that wrong. I said that wrong. It is do unto others as they would do unto themselves. That's it. That's the one. Because the golden rule is do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. The platinum rule is do unto others as they would do unto themselves. Ha! How about that? Do unto others as they would do unto themselves. Translation, you got to teach folks how to treat you, honey. And if you accept X, Y, and Z, you're going to get X, Y, and Z. Okay? If we do not learn how to maneuver this way through life and carrying on, allowing people to have their own differences, allowing people to have their own opinions, and carrying on. All right, see you later. Then we end up doing ourselves a grave disservice. Because then we won't let folks live. We claim to live and let live, but we don't. We go back. What is this shit that we are going back? You know, Kevin Hart and, you know, ever since the Me Too movement and all this shit that came about, we going back and, you know, the Bill Cosby thing and stuff, everybody's going back in time. They're going back in time and trying to hold folks accountable for shit that's old. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but let's look at the context of it. Oftentimes, this whole shit with Monique and Sidney, the context is off as fuck. It is completely off. It is completely off. Okay? And because it's out of context, now we have created a whole new narrative that doesn't serve a purpose. Oh, Oprah says she wanted to be white. Bitch, she said that when she was a kid, and then she said that back in 1988, bitch. That was 31 years ago. 31 years ago she said that. And then you didn't even let the rest of it play when she said, but when I saw Diana Ross and the Supremes on the Ed Sullivan Show, when I saw Sidney Poitier at the Oscars, she said, that's what I wanted to be like. So why are you going to denounce her blackness and carrying on because she got money and ain't doing what you think she should do with it? Sad, ain't it? Fucking sad. Fucking obnoxious. And we as a society, as a community, we got to stop doing so much of that and yet expect for them to run to the rescue all the damn time. You want them to spend their money, but yet you criticize that they don't spend their money, and then because of your criticisms, then you want to sit down here and be mad because now they're mad at you and don't want to do nothing. But yet at the same time, we don't know what they do in their private time because everything that they do is not told. Oprah has a garden, honey, that, and I said it wasn't until she was, like, some of the fruits and vegetables, I think she'd give to a homeless shelter or something, you know, and this, that, and the other. So, you know, we've got to do better, children. Tommy, you say, what, another day in town, tuxedo dresses for men would have been the norm. Joe Brown would have been one of those outraged by women in pants, cultural inflexibility. You know what? I can't fuck with that one. Now, you hit that one on the head. How about that? Because, see, Joe Brown he's 70, so he's my parents' age. And so he had that mentality like he was raised by his father, something like my daddy was, raised by my grandfather, and they had that same shit. So, you know what? I can't fuck with that. Because you hit that right on the head, I believe. So, look here. Let me get up off here because I didn't want to be this long, but I hit on something. And I just wanted to sit down there and get into this. Y'all share this with folks and let's get this conversation popping. Why is it that we sit down here and get into people and, you know, get mad at folks who got money because they don't spend their money the way we feel that they should? Why is that? Why are we taking sound bites and taking sound bites out of context? Huh? Are we bad as the preachers in the churches that we talk about? Huh? Are we that bad? Okay, because the whole sentence was not given. Their whole interview was not given. Oh, Oprah said she wanted to be white as a child. But at 10 years old, when she saw Diana Ross, all that changed. And she said that, you know, being white was not because I thought the color was better. They just had better treatment. How about that? They don't talk about that because the argument is out of context. How are you going to sit up there and say that her thought process was part of the white supremacy regime? That was a stretch for me, and they full of shit. If y'all share this with her, let me tell you something. Mo, I love you, baby, and I'm going to always love you. And I'm going to stand behind you because I think you're funny and I think you are a talent. But, bitch, you need to get it together. You need to go ahead on and get this apology. You want these children to exonerate your name, then say that shit. Stop talking about this is about equality because this ain't got shit to do with equality anymore. This is about you trying to clear your motherfucking name. And, bitch, you going about it wrong because you're doing everything that you can to try to pull these bitches out from the woodwork. This is... Y'all know how we was in school when you trying to get somebody's attention and shit. This is all that this is. Somebody, you nitpicking and jabbing at the bear. Jabbing. And when that motherfucker snap back and clap back, then what? Like the bitch gonna sit there and take the picture. You in the what the fuck the bars are up there for, heifer? You gonna climb over the bars so you could take a fucking selfie with the damn panther. The beast, the animal. And then upset because the bitch sat up there and attacked your ass because you in their habitat. Really? So we got issue with that now? Bitch, you done climbed over into their shit? Again, this is what this is all equating to. Oprah saying that she wanted to be white is so out of context with this bitch. And Monique, I'm telling you, you need to go ahead on and make amends some kind of way. Bitch, if you call them out. If Oprah can call you, I know you got her motherfucking number. Call her and say, bitch, we need to talk. That does not need to be aired. It does not need to be public. It does not need to be whatever. You going to go on the interview talking about, oh, well, girl, we could do this on Super Soul Sunday. Go get everybody, Steve and Tyler and Will. See, you trying to make a spectacle because you want them to go public. And then you trying to draw them out with all this old bullshit. And right fight, wrong fucking tactics. I'm going to say that until this shit is over with because I'm so sick and tired of you and Sidney sitting up here. Y'all doing sound bites. Now, I thought y'all were so much above that shit. I thought you were above that. But y'all done became like all the bloggers and carrying on. Now, took a little piece and then ran with it and created a whole new narrative about, oh, well, this is the white supremacy regime to get into the psyche of the... And because they're in her psyche, now you can understand how she could sit down here and been programmed. And then after all these years, ask somebody to work for free. See, y'all have tied all that shit into pressures and all that shit. Ain't got shit to do with nothing. Nothing. Bullshit. It's all bullshit, and I'm not standing for it. Joe Brown, like I said, Your Majesty, Your Honor, fuck you too, sir. Because you do not get a pass for calling a black man a thing and a whatever it is because you disagree with the fact that that black man decided to wear a tuxedo dress and you did not like that. You felt that that was against the man code or whatever. That's fine that you disagree with that. But you, sir, fuck you for calling him a thing and a whatever it is because of that. No, we're not going to stand for that kind of talk and that kind of language. No. No, sir. No. You're out of order. And you're in contempt of this court as far as I'm concerned. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. And you can sit down here and you can be on your business about wanting to preserve masculinity and carrying on because I agree. I agree. Men need to learn how to step the fuck up. Men need to stop being some motherfucking wussy. Listen. But I'm going to put that on you women. I'm going to put that on y'all. Okay? Because it started off because of the government getting rid of our men. It started off that way. But y'all done got so comfortable to where you allow this motherfucker to come up here and all you have in common with him is fucking. Long as the dick is good, that's all you got in common. But you let him sit around here smoking weed all motherfucking day, playing video games, and ain't gonna tell you what he is and ain't gonna do. He ain't got no motherfucking job, bitch. But he could sit down here and tell you how to run your goddamn house. That's on you because you thought it was cute. Because you thought he was being hard. Because you thought he was out here slanging dope and shit. All this motherfucking money in his pocket, he can't even give you $20 because he got to pay. It ain't his. It go to the dope man. Bullshit. See, that there becomes on you, ladies. You allow that and you accept that. You let these motherfuckers walk around with their pants hanging off their ass because you think it's cute. They call it swag. You say, I have yet to hear a woman explain to me what she found cute about that style. I have yet. But you accept it because you let this motherfucker come to you any your kind of way. So see, all of this... And for those of you power to the people motherfuckers out here, if you want to sit down here talking about the state of black men, don't you put that on LGBTQ. Don't you put that on us. Don't you put that on us. Because where are you to put these little boys in check? Where are you, daddy, unk, to sit here and tell these boys and school these boys about what it is, about presentation. Presentation is everything. 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 And y'all want to sit down here and put all that on us. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that all day. All day, every day. You're not going to put that on us. You're not going to put that on us. You understand? So you could take that to the bank and go cash that check. Here, because it ain't going to bounce. That's not off no rubber tree. And how about that? You on your 85? Yeah. All right. Okay, got you. So, yeah. That be that. So, on that note, darling, let me get up out here because I got to put all my stuff in the computer. My police officer ready to go. She want me to open up the damn gate and shit. Yeah. So, that be that. And we will go from there. So, until the next time, my darling, take this video and share it with everyone, honey, and all of that. I hope if you had crumpets, my darlings, finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea with big meat, honey. If you love me, tell a friend, honey. If you hate me, tell an enemy. But do know this. One way, shape, style, form, or fashion, everything that I do will move forward. And on the last note, what you say? Ruby is up in here. And Tommy, you say Kevin Hart and Oprah had even past races. People grow, people evolve, except that people can change if they open their minds. What a perfect way to end. How about that? On that note, my darlings, take and share this video with everyone. It's going up on YouTube soon, so you can take it and share it there as well. I'll talk with you guys in a minute. Ciao. Woo!